Well, hello and welcome everybody to the SWE Cup race number 2. We are in 2026 with SWE Cup and presented by SWE Cycling and all of our awesome sponsors here. Big thank you to them, Bauhaus, Wahoo, CCN, Introvert, and Sportson. I'm Nathan Guerra. I'm going to be your host today for the race number 2. We are on the Muckle Yin today, and I've got two awesome co-hosts to come in with me. It is going to be myself, Connie Bernhardt, and Jean Verm. Good to see you guys. The racing's going to start pretty quick here as we got the play button a little bit late. I think you're traveling today, Connie. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm in Stockholm today doing some lectures and meeting customers. So pretty intense day.
Right on. Well, busy with also some race commentary. So, John, how's it going today? It sounds like you had a little bit of a ride and you're excited for the torture that you gave these guys and gals out here today. We're going to be doing the men's race first, aren't we?
Yes, we are doing the men's race. We will follow the A category and the C category today. I think it will go from start pen. It will go like crazy. It will be so fun.
I think that's because you put the champion sprint with points right from the get-go, so that might have something to do with it. As everybody can see, there will be more than just the 3 segments you can see on the right-hand side, but it's just an example there. 23.7 kilometers on the Muckelyan, and it is a points race. The points are adding up throughout the day here toward the series. It is not just a win on the day for total points. It's actually points all the way through for your series. It's pretty cool, actually. I like it that you can just keep on stacking them up. Since we are following along with the A's and the C's, let's take a quick look at how things are standing. Currently, Johannes Randrup-Keiden is at the top, with Thomas Nealis and Johan Norn. That's your top 3, as you can see in the A category for the men. We'll take a look at the ladies and their standings later when we get started with them. That is the top 8, though, as it stands. In the C category, we've got... Now, how do we... Help me out here, John. We've got 52 seconds. You got to give me a lesson in Swedish in 52 seconds.
Yeah. Gis Chevers, Emil Wik, and Petter Karlsson.
There we go. Much better than I think I would have done on the day today. I'm super excited for this. Now, one more look at the course. 30 seconds to go before we get out onto the champions sprint with that first kick from the get-go. Everybody, look at this. We've got the champions sprint. Then we've got breakaway Bray. Then we've got the Skur. Then we've got breakaway Bray again in the other direction, Skur in the other direction, Clyde kicker, and 60 points at the finish. There are so many points on the line today. This is going to be absolutely awesome. I'm really excited for this, you guys. Let's get right down into it as the riders are about to take off. And the A category, I think, is going to be absolutely flying as they get up from the
I think they will fly now. And I think when the starts go, they will go red numbers from start pen.
I think so too. Now we need to find the A category. We're having a little bit of interesting did they actually take off yet?
Yes, they just started.
Let's see if we can jump in with them as we're definitely trying to find the riders.
But I can say as it is, we have Colin Eriksson, Berlin in front, pushing like they never seen anything else. Kristoffer Lindström is also coming in the front with Keiding that takes the first sprint before Kristoffer Lindström.
Yeah, we'll jump right down in with them in just a second.
Well done, Kristoffer.
Yeah, and also I think Jakob Björklund was number 3 in that sprint.
Our C category kicking off right from the get-go here, it looks like. As looks like this is going to be the interesting. Is this actually the B men kicking off? We'll jump across to the A's in just a second, as they will be able to see them in just a moment. Apologies on not being able to see those A's for a second there, everybody, as that is the coverage that we are looking for.
Yeah, the C starts in 1 minute, so this is the B who starts their sprint.
And right from the get-go, it looks like...
even then,
is that going to be Anderson right up front? No, Carlson.
Yeah, we have Anderson, but then we have Aron Self coming through, and Robin Andersson maybe also, and Carl Olsson. So there are some strong riders for the first sprint.
Absolutely flying, that's for sure. Now on the A category for the men, it was Christoph Lindstrom, as you did say, wasn't it, that was able to take those down. We'll see if we can grab the C category in just a moment here. As the bees are out on course, though, we are going to follow along with them till we can maybe find the front end of this race. But I have a feeling that we may be hanging out with the B category for a lot of the day today.
Yeah, it looks like that. But it will be fun. They are really strong riders there. There are sprinters, there are climbers. We can see a lot of high numbers. I can just give some interesting from the A category. Anyway, they are like TTT in the front, 3 seconds ahead. They have 6 riders from outbreaks that's going together with Johan Norén. But I had my sources and I knew that they would start to do something from the beginning. They do everything for Johannes caving.
Well, jumping in here with the C category, it was Turborn who did take down that first sprint, absolutely flying. And as we take a look at the standings and where things are at with him in that first sprint, for that segment, it's going to be 20 points. And the way that the point structure breaks down here, you can really gain a lot, can't you? All the way through for these sprints. 20 points per, isn't it?
Yeah, 20 points for the first rider, and then we go down to 1 point, but it will be 20, 18, and down to 1.
Well, a little bit of a move on the front here. It's going to be Premberg making his first move, as it looks like Premberg, and then followed up closely by Strom, Janssen, Bjorkman. And this is a really, looking at this 29 total in this group, for this competition in the C category. Let's chat real quickly here about, as far as these riders go, 73 right from the get-go, 13 points. You do get updates as they're going through. Michael Turborn really wanted those top 20 points. That moved him up pretty quickly here, only with 41 points coming on in, 20 points from that sprint. So we're getting an idea of how quickly the riders can gain on the day toward their series overall.
Yeah, it can happen a lot during this day. So it will be fun to see what happens after 2-3 sprints. But I think also this C category will keep it together quite like the strongest are together all the time. So there will be some switches each race, each sprint or KOM.
As we jump back over, I think we're in with Christian Bjork. And we need to swap these two scenes up here real quickly, as race HUDs are a little bit off. But through here with these sprints now, what's coming up next now? Are we actually heading up toward the breakaway Bray? Is that going to be the next thing?
Breakaway is coming up, yes. First they will go to the castle, little sprint ups, and then rest for the breakaway sprint. So it's nice that they have something to do before the sprint also, a little kick.
Well, as we do head through this region, it's a little bit of an up and down as Bjorkman makes his way to the front. Strom now as well, as it looks to me, Waring now also with him, trying to make some headway. Are these guys going to be able to catch the bees is going to be one of the questions for me. I mean, with the looking around and the sprint racing and everything, it's an interesting situation with whether or not you try and make a break. I mean, out all day long points racing, John, it tends to be one of those situations where the riders definitely try to save up as much as you can for those exact moments. But the reality of this course is you can really try to, cause some attrition because of the reality of how difficult this course is.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you have done a sprint, you want to take it a little bit easy. And if you are hungry in the chaser, like B, chase the A, like last season, the B category after 2 sprints, the B had to catch the A. So it was a big bunch doing every sprint. It was really fun to watch. But I was a little bit disappointed in A. Take it so slow. They have to learn to ride harder.
Well, I think that there is a little bit of reality to the way that that's working out there with a lot of people super competitive and saving what they can for the final kicks.
Absolutely.
Well, as they make their way through, it does look like we are going to be pretty chill so far in this C category. Race number 2, only 4.9 kilometers in.
B should be in the sprint very soon, I think.
Yeah, they're making the way around. We'll be heading over to the B in just a second here, as we want to make sure that everything is functioning correctly here. As it got a little bit of a rough start. Somehow we ended up in the B category, not the A. So I apologize everybody on that one, but we will jump right on over, and it looks like we are in with that B category. And as we do jump in, 35th here, Janssen ESRT, big little kick on the front now again, as going to be the reverse. And let's see if we can make our way forward here, as I think they're coming from very early on. Is it going to be Steinman at the front now with Icardo from the Dirt Racing team? Nielsen, raw 9 watts per kilogram. Larson coming on through. Jay Larson. Larson's going to be 11.4 watts per kilogram. Nice little kick here coming from him. And I think he will be maybe able to hang on, but no, it's going to be Wickland, your ESRT boy,
Magnus
coming across the line.
Magnus is so strong. Great. What a sprint. He's my neighbor, almost.
Yeah, in Sweden, where Conny lives, there the neighbor is in between 100 kilometers, then you are a neighbor.
Yeah, the closest pal I got.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can bring the results in from that. Nice little sprint there. We'll see where the series standings are as well for that. As in the A category, we've got all kinds of stuff going on, though, it looks like as well. Bjorklund absolutely dominating at the front. I am seeing in the sprints, too. So nicely done for him. But in this B category, things are not separating. This is going to be your largest category, actually, with 85. In and amongst this crew, and maybe a little bit of a breakaway trying to form at the front. And this would be a good time to actually try and make a move like that, as we do see Matson here toward the front, making a little bit of a kick on that canyon. Interesting setup with the wheels. Do you think some of the riders might be thinking about trying to show up with some lighter wheel sets here today?
Yeah, I think they mostly would have NV Pro 4.5. I would say that's the most popular wheel for this course. Yeah. We see in the C category, they are in the sprint right now also. And Turnborn from the first sprint, it looks like he takes the second also.
Yeah, and a little bit of a push away from him. He was able to stay away and grab those points. Bowden coming on through, as well as Carlson. A little bit of a break starting to form here as well with these three. As Bowden here now at the front. 6.2 kilometers, 4 riders. And be able to take a quick look at how the points are stacking up after that second sprint. 28 points to Cheevers, as you were saying there. Torben continues to stack things up. That's 2 for 2, 40 points on the day. 81 is where the standings are at. Looks like Carlson there at 80 and 88 here currently with Glacier Cheevers. So that's the current situation in the C category after that second sprint today.
Yeah. and A category are in the climb right now.
Let's see if we can jump across to
Pushing
them.
really up. Yeah, it's really splitted up already. They push really hard in front around. You have to push hard around 6.5 to stay with in the draft right now. Johan Norén is going very hard around 8.5 right now in the steeper part of the climb. But they still have half to go.
I think Thomas Nielsen's been absolutely dominating over there in that A category so far. We'll see what he can pull off.
Yeah.
He came in second place right now. 30 points on the day
Yeah.
so far. Jacob Bjorklund really grabbing a lot of points and moving his way up, though, as they are about to crest over the top. We'll jump on across. I believe we'll be able to jump back in with our original plan in just a moment. Had a little bit of a hiccup there at the start, everybody. For some reason, A category just did not want to show. So if I can find
No.
Thomas Nielsen in the companion app, though, we'll go ahead and move right on over.
We can say it's a sprint of the first positions now in the climb. We have Kading chasing Jerry Eriksson, but it will be Jerry Eriksson, Kading, Gustav Berlin, Johan Norén, 4th place, Thomas Nilsson, 5th place, over the finish there. And I see. Yeah, you're following me. But I think it's a fast race from both A and B. I see. C is also hanging in there. They are catching in the group in B also. They push a little bit harder between the sprints or climbs. But the A category is split up quite much.
Yeah, it looks like for A category here, it looks like Eriksson trying to make a little bit of a move. Johan Noren coming across. Nicely done by him. I think we'll be able to bring him on in or look to see if whether or not he is trying to make this break happen. Adelman off the back here. A little bit of a gap, actually. This is an interesting situation because over the top of that climb, I think that this is danger here for these riders now at this point. With the current situation, this breakaway gets away. That's just to rack up for points overall.
Yeah. And also the group even in front, yes, they push, but they can push in calm, steady. The chasers have to offer a lot of energy now to catch. And then you go just downhill for maybe 1 minute, and then you will go uphill again for the castle, and there will be some explosion red numbers. So it's really good if you can recover quick when you have done this chase like Leonard Adelman did, right?
Good chase there.
Well, up and over the top of the Skur, it's going to be quick and fast and furious here, trying to keep track of all the points as they come over the top. But it is going to be Jerry Eriksson who's able to take that down, and it's going to be Adam Steitman, Johannes Kaiding, Tobias there coming on through for that next place, followed up by Gustav. So there's the point standings over the top of this one. And as they start to collect here, I get the sense that we're going to have some pretty big mix-ups, I think. You know, being a points race is going to favor people a lot differently than we've seen in the scratch race situation. I mean, already Thomas Nielsen starting to gain an advantage, 1 point advantage here now at this point, up and over Jonas Reindrup Keening. Eriksson here now moving up, Bjorklund as well, but this is a 1 point difference between Nielsen and Johannes.
Yeah, and it's also fun because they are very tight, and we can see how this academy, the points getting into each other, and to have this also, they know they can have it in the rest of the series, so it means so much. It's not just for this race, and then you get the finish points. You can get a lot in the sprints, and that could help you a lot to catch if you want to. And now I see the sea riders in the climb also.
Well, the C category now making their way around. They just finished up for their time over the top of the SKR. We'll see what the standings are in just a second with them. But C category, a little bit of a push though with the A's. Selin saying enough is enough. They're about to make their way over toward the breakaway Bray again. And as Selin now comes down on this descent, getting a little bit of a gap. I'm not sure about this move, though. I mean, I think, John, you try and make a move right here, you're just going to get swallowed up by the reality of how that roll-through does from the pack behind, most likely from Selin.
Yeah, okay, he can do it. Maybe rest and then take the wheel for a re-kick when they catch. If he wants to rest, this is a good thing. Then he doesn't have to chase. But the group is not chasing. They go like a group. They go really fast. They have full control of what he is doing. And now they will soon go into the next sprint, so it will be fun.
Next sprint coming up here real quickly here. It is going to be another breakaway. Bray Selin here still on the front. Just going to be a lead-out man, though, I think. 4.3 watts per kilogram coming from him. Strack, Ingby there from... Yeah. Interesting German flag, maybe residing in Germany. Is that what's happening there with a Swedish license? I mean, not always.
Yeah, he lives in Stockholm. Yeah, he lives in Stockholm, and he is riding for one of the cycling clubs in Stockholm.
Nielsen.
I was watching the C category. Carl Tiselius made the KOM first over line there before Christer Olsson, and I think it was Stefan Bodin third.
Well, Nielsen trying to hit out really early here, but it's going to be Berlin, followed up by another Nielsen. Bjorklund now coming on through 12 watts per kilogram from Jacob Bjorklund. I think Bjorklund's going to take this down right at the line. No, it's actually going to be Nielsen. Nielsen able to just grab that one. Barely.
Yeah.
Selin with the early move. You know, these early moves not paying off too much. As they come on through. 184 beats per minute, though, currently from Jacob Bjorklund. So obviously these kicks are taking it out of the riders. Now Johan Norn to the front. Will he make a move to try and break things apart to grab points later on? Because the reality is, we said Johan Norn was going to be the danger man of this series, but the reality of the way that this has been playing out, it's made things a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised, but we don't know where he is in his training period either. He is working hard, many races also on other platforms. And I would say that I think maybe he's saving to do one thing in the next climb that coming up. Maybe he can try to do a breakaway and do his, like he did in the first sit-in SKR. He's super strong and he's always there, but it has been a very hard sprint so far, but now the climb comes and I think it can happen things.
Well, back over in the C category, things are popping off really quickly, actually. Let's go ahead and jump across over there as they're about to hit their next breakaway, Bray. And it looks like a move from Steinman may stay away. We say a lot of times that trying to get away on these points races not always the best way to go, but it looks like this is actually going to be working out here for this C category rider.
Yeah, but he's in B.
Oh, B category. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Jumping around.
The front group in the C category are 5 riders, 6 riders now. They have catched some B riders.
That's why, because of the catch. I think that's the reason why that we have the C category mixing in and amongst them at this point.
Yeah, and there you have the B category sprint. If we check the C category, they will go into the castle now. And we have in the front group, there is Carl Tiselius, we have Emilvik, we have Mikael Turnbom. So we have the strongest rider in the field is in that first group. I think 7 riders. They also catched one A rider now, and they have catched two B riders. So they are a bigger group together. This group is yes.
Well, we'll jump
It can
back
happen.
across to the A's. It is going to be Johan Noren now toward the front. I do think that Zwift is a little confused about, because they all can see each other, which category that we're covering out there today. So we'll stick with the A's for the time being, and maybe make a couple changes in the back end for the riders here. But Johan Noren now, again, making his move, and this is going to be where he can put the hurt on. Looking at the riders trying to hang on now at this point. 178 beats per minute, 4.9 watts per kilogram. Not really making any kind of serious up and over the top of this.
No, but they split the group. They split the group, and I think that's what he wants. He wants less riders when they come into the next climb, and also less riders when they go into the Glasgow.
Well, as things stand, coming into this next one, it does look like it is going to be Nielsen who's winning out on the day. This is his day. Look at this big jump, 61 points total. Bjorklund there with 59, so racking up the points. But we still got a couple of sprints to go. We take a quick look at the course. They've already taken on the first champion sprint. They were on the breakaway bray. Then they did the Skur. They did another breakaway bray, but now they're going to be doing Skur in the opposite direction here for this A category. So things are about to seriously pop off.
Yeah, and this is a climb that is really fast. Good at the draft, but it's a really fast climb. So you need to have the high powers, the high numbers to catch on over the top. And here we have Victor Lyko. He's a super strong outdoor rider.
Lyko, UCI,
yeah.
World's team, 7.6 watts per kilogram at the front. Anderson now coming quickly here. Nielsen also coming through as Pinto now, 6.8 watts per kilogram from him. But Johan Noren, this may be the move that he needs to make, because right now is the time, I think. Not a lot of time left here out on course to find big points. Now, there are 60 points, though, at the finish line. With 60 points at the finish line, you can make a massive jump in your overall. Lycka now making that move, though, toward the front. 6.1 watts per kilogram come from him on the inside line. Riding for those outboards. I love the glasses that he's got on here. Looking good. Alan going there as well. Bjorklund now trying to come through all the verified check marks. Look at how this is smashing the field. One last punch to the line. Ericsson now 9.8 watts per kilogram. Is Ericsson going to be able to do this? He's been a big winner of the points so far today. Up and out of the saddle, perhaps? No, going to seat it all the way to the line here. At least his avatar says, I'm just going to sit down. But I think Berlin, no, Pinto 11 watts per kilogram. That's got to take it. Come on now. Daniel Pinto now makes it happen. Nicely done. That was the man that you said, hey, you better put him in the A's. I think you were right.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a super strong rider also. He has been in the top of Swift many years. So he's definitely an A rider. And now they get some rest downhill, and then they will go soon into Glasgow. But I say it's a really quick race, goes super fast, really fun to watch. Happen things all the time.
This is a very, very quick race here as the riders make their way around. We are going to jump in with Fjord. Alan Young, as he looks like he's been suffering pretty good out here today. And he's been grabbing some good points here so far as well. He's moved his way up over the standings now just from today into what looked to be a top 4 or 5, but actually now because of these last couple of sprints, this guy was sitting. Now this is the reality of how difficult points racing can actually be, because Fjord was actually sitting in a top 5 until just the last couple of sprints, and now all of a sudden Ericsson, Bjorklund jumps from 5th into that third place overall, 103 points. big gains now from these riders, actually. So Nielsen, Ericsson, Bjorklund. That's as things stand in the series today. We do have the standings as well on the day for the points totals. And it is going to be at the top of that, Nielsen taking a massive amount of points out here today. This is their totals across all categories, just as everybody knows. And Nielsen is actually winning out 72 points toward his series. Now, is he actually off the back though? Is this a different Nielsen? There's two Nielsens. No, this is going to be the other Nielsen. Is there two T Nielsens even? Yes, there is. Do they have the exact same name even?
They have a lot of Nilsson in Sweden.
This will be interesting. Johan Norén again start to push.
Yeah, trying to chase down Strack though. Strack was the one who actually made the move. So interesting enough that Strack is actually going to try and make this happen. Noren now trying to come across. Is he going to be able to do so as they make their way through to the next sprint point? The next KOM actually going to be the Clyde kicker, and then it's right into the champion sprint. There's 20 and then another 60 points up for grabs. You break away right here. You got 80 points towards your series total.
I know
Johan
goes for it really hard now. He goes to build up the speed for the climb. But I think now it will be like a Watt fest. Very much like a party in this climb.
Oh,
Berlin.
Look at the watts.
But Berlin did a really great there.
Yeah, Berlin taking down 20 points.
Yeah.
Nicely done. That's going to bump him up real good as Nielsen here, Ericsson, Pinto, Johan Noren. A little bit of a group now forming. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 riders now making their way over the top here. Anderson and Adelman as well. 3 seconds back to Salen. Adelman now kicking. Big kick coming from the outboard, man. And that's just to hang on, though. I get the sense that there may be a little bit of a struggle here coming from Adelman still. Now, this is our man that's been absolutely dominating on the day. This is going to be Nielsen. And, as far as winning on points on the day and in this series, unless something crazy happens in the finish, this is going to be our man that's absolutely dominating and is going to be our series leader most likely. Because I'm not even seeing, is Keating even here? Did he get dropped in the first?
No.
Then I know he didn't make it with this group, it looks like.
No, he is not with this group. He has dropped off.
Well, that's a huge upset, actually, as our series leader not even on the leaderboard anymore, and that's where points racing can go all wrong. Thomas Nielsen, though, here now trying to make his way through.
And Norén goes again. And now we see Adelman is super strong. Yeah, but Adelman is a super strong rider, and he can catch the wheels. And let's see if Adelman can have the sprint also, because he had done a lot of work this day.
Oh, and it looks like it's going to be
Close
Anderson.
Oh,
I thought perhaps, but no, Anderson's going to make it happen here now, up and over the top. And I thought maybe Nora would be able to hold on to this one, but not going to be able to happen. Adelman now to the line, not going to be able to hold on either as Anderson. Ericsson, that was crazy, dude, right to the, the way that this champion sprint can absolutely change up in the last couple of seconds is totally insane. As it looks like it was Anderson that was able to take that down, though.
It looked like it. And I'm watching now.
Jumping across, though, on the day, even with all of that, 102 points here in total that are going to be won out here by Thomas Nielsen. Jerry Ericsson there does come on through in the series totals here for second place. Nice on the day here that you do get to see as well how it ends up playing out with Bjorklund there at 88. Noren then with 60 68 points, 66 to Gustav. Daniel Pinto actually there with a solid 69 points on the day. Jonas Randrup Kiting actually with 38 is going to fall all the way down to 7th place, followed up by 8th place here with Matthias Heimonen. Now, if we jump across here, a couple other riders here able to start stepping it up with Christopher Collin, Henrik Geyer. As it keeps on updating here for us, it does jump around a little bit, but nicely done across all the riders.
Absolutely.
We're going to jump across now and see as we are jumping in with the end of the B. I guess we'll, as we wait for the ladies to get on, we'll jump across for some of the B category because there's all kinds of
in the B category is into the sprint now. The B category is into the sprint. Kicker Clyde, the Clyde kicker, and it will be interesting. We have Wiklund still in the group. We have a lot of strong sprinters, but they also save energy for the finish, I think.
Is this going to be Stenman off the front? He's been doing this all day long.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
4 seconds for Stenman. He makes his way around. Did catch a couple of the A category riders, actually. So as we jump in with this B category finish, Stenman now trying to hold off Malm and a couple of others. Not sure that's going to be able to happen as they make their way around toward the final champion sprint.
We have some strong sprinters still in the group chasing, so it will be interesting to see how this ends, because I think they start the sprint in this corner.
Last little kick. They're right on the wheels there. Stenman now trying to hold off Bertels. It looks like Lindstrom coming quickly here, but I think he's just going to be able to pull this off. 169 beats per minute. Stenman can see the finish line is so incredibly close. He just barely does it. Meitenen, I think, was the next man through. That was a close one here. That came right down to the line.
That was close.
Strong effort.
You felt comfortable.
Yeah.
What a kick there to the line. As we still have plenty of riders finishing up. This is for your top 40 or so. We'll jump around a whole bunch. I think with the reality of this course, it's made it really interesting to follow along. Anderson now making the kick 33. It looks like here in 33rd spot, 10.2 watts per kilogram coming from Robin Anderson, ESRT rider.
Yeah. Good. Had a tough day today. That's it. He managed to.
Yeah, usually he's one of the top riders, isn't he, Anderson? I thought I saw him in the standings for pretty high. Nielsen's now coming on.
Yeah, but he's not feeling. He didn't feel so well today. But he did a try.
Yeah, a little bit of sickness going around.
But today also, if you're not feeling well today, it's not the best day to ride because it's a tough course, even if it's short. High numbers, you do this, even if it's 23 kilometers, 24 kilometers, you do it in less than 40 minutes, and it's a lot. Sprints, rest, sprint, rest. But at the same time, fun.
Well,
yeah, for us.
Yeah, of course.
See if we can see the front end of the C category. We're having a little trouble finding them out there today. As the B category is finishing up. Johansson, though, 65th place right now, making his way around. Lots of sprints just coming on through. Young, Gren, Holmstrom, Ednius. This is the last little kicks up over the top here for the Clyde kicker. There are no points, though, available here. This is just for the 1 point battle to the line, isn't it? And pride at this point.
Yeah.
For the riders. Is this the same Turborn that was flying at the beginning?
Yeah, that's he is in the front group of the. So he is. So here you have the Tobias Udenius is a B rider, but so they have catched some B riders to see here.
Interesting.
Also,
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Is Zwift actually showing us that these riders that have B's next to their name are actually C riders, though? Is that right?
no, this is the front group goes down here. You are in the front group now. Tiselius and these guys. So it's interesting. So there are a mix. We have Beek also, who was in the top three from the first race. Olsson. So there are the top riders from the first race is still left in this group. So it would be interesting to see who takes it. I think I put my money on Carl Tiselius. He's a super sprinter, and he knows how to do a sprint.
It's been a long time since I've commentated actually on Teselius. This is nicely done by him to make this front group. And is going to be Ednius, though, making a move. ESRT. A lot of times, though, the first one around the corner might be able to hold
is
on.
6 seconds before, so he will take it for Holmström, but then we have in the group.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There's Holmström up ahead. Holmström, followed up by Nordqvist. It's going to be Holmström, though, across the line. Ednius, followed up by Olsen.
Yeah.
As they come across the line here, we'll be getting the overall for the points in just a second.
Yeah.
And if perhaps we'll have to double check this though, because I think there was a little bit of back end confusion from Zwift here as to what was going where, but it's going to be Glees Schleivers followed up by Tyrborn and Christian Olsen. I think this is the situation for the point. That's a lot of points though. Was he just off the front, like smashing? Or perhaps maybe a little bit of a mix-up between, I mean, 188, but that is that even possible on the day to take that many points? 20 times. Let's see here. How many sprints were there? If we have 20 times, I think at least 5, right? Plus 60.
Six sprints.
160. Oh, so yeah, 180 is possible. So
yeah.
And at 128, so he definitely can have 188 total there. 128 points there coming from Gleis Schleivers. This is the top, overall points that were scored across all of the riders. Well, we'll see if we can get a little bit better camera coverage for everybody here on the women's side of things. I think Scotland was a little confused with everybody starting so close to each other, and but as we were able to see tons of points, big change-ups between all of the riders for SWE Cup race number 2. The fireworks non-stop. Did you get exactly what you were looking for there, John, on the day?
Yes, absolutely. This is what I like. Fast races, a lot of, as you see, it could happen a lot of things in the race. Just because you can do breakaways, it's not, you can't feel safe. People work in a group and there will be a new thing, there is a sprint. Sometimes a good rider gets tired, and today we saw this. We saw that many riders got tired and fall back. Then we had upcoming rider tightening up all the results, so it's nice.
Yeah, so Connie, as far as the racing goes there, it looked to me like there was a pretty big change up amongst the A category riders in the series. Thomas Nielsen able to take down as many points as he did. Big jump for him in the points and completely changing up the overall standings for the A's, actually.
Yeah, but I think that's also part of the game and part of the SWE Cup. And I like this kind of new settings and new format that Jon has been setting up, because it really changes things around, and it also keeps the SWE Cup alive, and you need to be really on your toes to be able to take the sprints and be ready for every single segment on the race. So yeah, some things really shook around today, and I think that we will see another standing after today's race than after the first, and that's fun. It's really not certain anything.
Yeah, definitely. And I think in the ladies' situation as well today with the A category, I mean, can anybody go past, you know, we just watched some of the men's racing, and now with the ladies, with the punchy nature of the course, how difficult the course is out here, thinking forward in the A category, Camilla Alberg, can anybody challenge her on the day? I have a feeling she's just going to be able to go ahead and break away and just sweep up a ton of points. The conversation might be more about who's battling out there for second.
I think there are a lot of riders that will battle for the second place, but also I think even if Camila is super strong, I have my hopes that some rider will follow her, because now last time they saw when she went, they will not give her that chance again. If they're not racing like a team, then Swedish Swifters, because then they will let her go. Other will wait and get for the other positions.
That's actually a really good point. The team competition might start to play a little bit of a role out here today, and how they try and battle this one out here today. I mean, that's not the worst way to look at it here. You know, if we do look at the standings for the A's, who is it that is on the teams that could challenge? Like amongst them, like where is that, if there is any weak spot to take her out, down out there today because of the point situation. I mean, we saw Bjarhid last week right there.
Yeah.
Lisa Hermansen is here as well. I mean, who else can really make something happen?
Yeah, when it comes to sprints, we have a lot of riders who are good sprinters in Sweden. We have Hermansson, absolutely. Bjarhid also. We have also some other Swedish with it. We have Svärdström, of course, Anna Svärdström. So they could take points at the first sprint. If no one does anything and we go for the second, they can get some more points. It could tighten up a little bit.
All right. Well, we'll see how that plays out here. With that reality. Now in the C category, between the ladies, the current standings as well, competitive racing in the C category, I would assume that across all of the ladies, and it is one of the larger groups as I can see here. Almqvist, Anderson, Blomqvist is there as well. That's a familiar name. Dalfi, Danielson, Erica Danielson. So in the first go, in that C category, we did not see the coverage of it, but who's your standout riders in the C category? I do know you were paying a little bit of attention there.
Yeah, I would say we have a couple of strong ESRT riders that are really sprinters and things, but I think Anna Norlin, who won the first race, she's very punchy. I would say that she will, if they don't play her out with the sending riders, so she have to catch, then she can take this.
Yeah, Norlin, right on her heels, though, was Felicia Sandberg. And it was a sprint at the line there, only a tenth of a second back. So Isabel Stanvold, only 1.3 seconds back. Then there was a little bit of a gap to Josephine Halbis, Maria Peterson. Then it was Blomqvist, 8 seconds back, followed up by Renee Eklof. Then Almqvist there, as well as Jonna Westerlund. That's your top 9. Erica Danielson then back in their top 10. So those are going to be the riders to be watching out for in that C category for the ladies. I have a feeling with the larger group as well in the C category and the rolling nature of this course, it might bring things back together a little bit, Connie. for some punchy racing amongst those C category ladies. Is there a big fitness difference between some of these ladies in that C category, or are things going to stick together a little bit?
I think the setup of the course and the format of the sprints will keep them together. Of course, there could be some of the riders that not being able to keep up with the sprints. Of course, I mean it will split up. But I also think that this track could actually push them together as well. I mean it depends also how much they slow down between the sprints. I mean, we will sometimes we'll see these races where you can go all in for the sprint, and then directly after the sprint you just turn everything off, try and recover. So, yeah, I think it's a good possibility to actually a lot of them will be together.
That'll be the big question mark, I think, whether or not they like to press on or not. I predict Alberg's going to be pushing continually, not leaving it to any sprints at all. I have a feeling a couple of riders are looking forward to just try and Pac-Man or Pac-Woman the sprints and munch them all up off the front. I get the sense. We'll take a look at the current standings as they are in just a little bit here, everybody. We'll take a quick little break. It's 27 minutes actually to the start of the next race. So we'll be back at you in about 10 to 15 minutes. Quick little break, everybody, and back in with the Women's Racing SWE Cup 2026. Well, and welcome back to SWE Cup 2026. We're in with the ladies race in just a moment. We just watched the men take off onto the Muckle Yin in Scotland and battle it out for points. And it was a big shakeup between who came in as the leaders of this series and then who went out as the winners. We saw that points racing can definitely add up really, really quick. And those who have a strong punch definitely are the winners on the day so far today. Let's go ahead and jump back in with our other talents on the day. Our co-hosts Connie and John. We just saw the men's race and it had some pretty, I think, major turnovers as far as who was actually leading the series. Obviously, Thomas Nielsen absolutely walking away in the A category. Any takeaways from the men's race looking toward the women's race? Connie, I think it's going to be fairly, maybe a little bit different, though. Maybe a little bit different. The ladies tend to race a little bit differently than the men.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think that it will look different, but it could also have some similarities. So I think that some of the women are so strong and so good sprinters. So I think that perhaps we could see something that looked a little bit like the men's race, but I think that the ladies will not be as spread out as the men's, and I don't think that we will have quite as big of a change in the points or in the leaderboards as we had in the men's race.
Any thoughts, John, as we take a look at the course, your designs here? What do you think is going to be? I mean, right from the get-go, there's that big old sprint. And I think a lot of people think about, look, that might be the place where I can grab my points for the day. And they just go all in on that one because perhaps, a rider that might not have the ability to make it over the skirt each time or all the way to the other points out on course, the champion sprint right from the get-go gives them an opportunity, John.
Yeah, I would say that the first sprint, champion sprint, there all the sprinters will do everything they can because they know they are not so strong maybe in the city skirt and the summit north. So they will go for the first two sprints, breakaway and the champion, and they will just hang on and rest as much as possible after the first sprint into the second. But it's not easy because when you're after the first sprint, you go outside of the Glasgow. It goes uphill, so you need to recover and still stay with the group. Like when you have Camilla in front, she wants to push. Even if it's a little uphill, she will set the pace, I think.
Yeah, it's a good call, actually. As we see riders starting to get their warm-up finished. We've got a whole lot of riders hanging out on our Zoom call. It's great to see all of them jumping in and participating. We really appreciate. This is Anna Embring getting ready for her time out on course here. Marlene Bjarheid is also here. Been getting a good warm-up. Anna Svartstrom. Look at all the medals. Always love her room there. As
what a backdrop.
Yeah, it's so great, actually, as Anna gets ready to go. Fanny Alvarez is here as well, getting ready, and it looks like is she like a weightlifter? Is she she's got like all kinds of medals hanging out there in the background.
No,
Sarah
but high rocks. She's doing a lot of high rocks.
I see. High rocks. I got it.
She is a really, really famous person in high rocks. And running as well.
Really? I didn't know that. Interesting. Huh. 1:42 to go to the
24 hours stages and things. So
24 hours. What kind of stages are we talking about?
She's running 24 hours competitions and things.
That's pretty amazing.
The one we follow there.
Gotcha. Well, not a 24-hour competition out here today, but...
but 24 kilometers.
24 hours of sprinting.
24 hours of sprinting. Well, as ladies are getting ready to go here, we've got a couple of minutes or so.
It's only sprinters you follow also, so this will be fun.
As we do get ready to
Yeah.
go, and the ladies are smiling. This is the current standings in the A category. Is about to take off. Camille Alberg, Marlene Vjarhid, Sarah London, Katrine Nelson. It's going to be Anna Svartsam, Malin Randquist, and a few others. But nice little warm up here, I think, for the ladies. Now on over to the C category. Who's the standout? We know the names over in the A's. Help me out here a little bit, John, with this C category.
Yeah, I would say Anna Norlin, really strong outdoor rider, C category from Skoghall. We have Felicia Sandberg. She has also really punchy, and she's strong in the climbs also. She showed that the race one. If we go down there, Isabel Stenwall, Josefin Holbus. We have a really tight group here. They will stay together, and I think it will be in city skirt. If someone has a bad day, there they will drop. But if we check the first 10, no one will drop because they are really good.
Well, right from the get-go here, we'll see if we can find Camelia Eklund, a few others here taking off from the get-go. And are we back in with the B category again?
Yes,
is that what
it's a B
happened to us?
category.
I love it. I love how
Yeah.
this is helping us out here. Let's go ahead and jump forward. There we go.
But there you have it. Yeah. And
Back
I
in
would
with
say, I would say that I think Sara Lundin will be really strong for this first sprint. With also we have.
Do you see the B category rolling straight through the A's? Like, what is going on here? Here comes Camilla Alberg now. I mean, the B's and the A's, they're all starting together, aren't they? And so this is going to be an interesting situation between all of them.
And we have Emily Sjögren, winner in the B, and we have Camilla Ahlberg in A. Katrin in A, second place. So it was not as I expected. I thought Sara Lundin would be a stronger sprinter there and take that one, but maybe she had a bad position because mixed up with the Bs, maybe they don't get the right wheel to work on. But
And we do
fun.
see the leaderboard here is going to be a little bit mixed, I think, because they are together. So it's kind of nice actually that it's showing us the first and the second and the second actually. So this is going to mix the B category all together. That's why you are seeing, the A's and the B's together here. That is why you are seeing on the left-hand side the double numbers.
Yeah, and also we will say it's good that they're raced together. It gets a bigger group, and we have strong B riders that can follow A's for a long time. We saw last week when two B riders catch the A group after the Titans.
Yeah, and stayed with them.
Yeah.
Now, are the C's and the D's also starting together, it looks like? So we are going to have a little bit of a mixed situation here with them as well. So this is going to keep things super interesting for all of the ladies as we move forward with them. It's going to be Sandberg up toward the front. That's going to be number one in the C's at the moment. I like the cow prints here on that Trek bike, as it is Felicia Sandberg. This was one of the riders that we were talking about at the start of the race, actually. Being somebody to maybe watch out for. She was second overall coming on in. She's already grabbed a couple of points. We do see her with 15 points, moving her up into that. Well, holding on to that second. Anna Norlin is there with 17, but it is going to be Magdalena Blomqvist grabbing a quick 20 there for that C category.
It's nice to see her back on the saddle again. No, me neither.
Yeah.
She's a really great outdoor rider, both gravel and road. So, but it's nice to see her back on the saddle.
Was Blomqvist not a part of racing for a little while there? What was going on there with saying back in the saddle?
Yeah, she has been having some time off the saddle, just practicing and things, coming back. So it's nice to see her racing again.
Right on. Gotcha. Well, this is the C's and the D's as they make their way around course. 1.4 kilometers in. 226 is all that we have seen, and already 161 beats per minute is what we are seeing from Felicia Sandberg. Now, at the front of the A and B category, though, the riders are starting to make their way over the first little bit of a climb. And this section that the riders do take on. It might be somewhere that there could be a little bit of a split taken as we do see the season of D's also starting. But look at this. Alberg, 135 beats per minute. Not a whole lot, but it is going to be Yarheed. This is a nice little move and looking to perhaps try and make something happen early on rather than just sit around and wait for the points to be fought for.
Yeah.
I would say that's a good thing also. She's coming into the race again. And,
Or are they just letting her? I think she's just like keeping it. They're just so chill that they're just kind that she's just kind of riding off the front because of how chill everything is, waiting for those sprint points.
Yeah.
And now I think Camilla goes already. Yeah, she starts to do something. We will see if they chase her.
Really big numbers on Camilla now.
Yeah. And also there are almost only Swedish Swifter riders, so it's nice to see if they start to compete against each other. That's good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yarheed on the chase, 6 seconds back. I mean, is anyone even going to do anything about this, though? I mean, at a certain point.
No.
Alberg
still continues. She will grab a lead here, and then I think she will control the race. And I asked her before the race to be nice.
She just doesn't listen to you, Jon.
No. She's super strong.
Yeah. It must feels really great to be able to push that hard and then just look back and see, yeah, okay, nobody followed. I will just keep pushing.
Well, Alberg already position 1 here with an 11-second gap, it looks like. It is going to be Yarheed now going back to the pack. So Camilla, I think, now going to just do the Camilla things here off the front. Now back in, though, with something that's a little bit more tactical in the group. With the season of D's, it is still with Felicia Sandberg that we're sitting in. Dalfi's there as well. Olofsson and Rutgerson. So that's the front end of this group at this point. And as we jump in with Dalfi, it's only 2.9 watts per kilogram on that green Tron with the white kit. As you can see, a little bit of a push forward, though. Olofsson now maybe at 4.4 watts per kilogram, trying to make a little bit of a move.
Yeah, she's trying to get maybe good place before she go downhill also. But we also see the difference between those who race on Swift all the time and those who comes outdoor and come inside. They have different strategies all the time. And the used Swifters, they take it a little bit easier and enjoying.
Taking a quick look at the standings, Erika Olofsson now currently sitting in 23rd place overall with 22 points. No points scored through that first sprint, actually. So we'll have to wait and see how that ends up playing out here for Olofsson as she tries to make a little bit of a move on the front. Gets brought right back in as now it is going to be the D category riders actually making their way to the front of this one. And it is going to be the breakaway braid that is the next section of course that they are going to be looking toward as we are in with Felicia as she makes her way through. And Felicia Sandberg, second place overall, currently sitting on 70 points. She can be battling it out with Blomqvist. And you were saying Blomqvist was a rider to be watching out for. She's sitting in third overall at the moment and did take the big points right from the get-go. So with Blomqvist here and somebody who you were saying is coming back, Anna Norland's going to be on the defense perhaps. And that's a conversation to have is Norland going to sit in? Is Norland going to watch and wait for those moments to strike, not really be aggressive because she is actually on the defense to try and hold on to her first place overall? Nice little kick here. Now, is that ESRT on the front?
Yeah, Jennifer Trevelo is trying to push up the speed this climb.
Bell is here, 4.4 watts per kilogram. Now, as it is going to be Danielson now, also from ESRT, now trying to make the move. Well, Alberg doing Alberg things. She's just going to go ahead and take down the next set of points, as you can see here. And she comes on through at 161 beats per minute. The B's and the A's, though, they're battling it out behind. It is going to be C. Nielsen now, who's now making a kick. 175 beats per minute, 10 watts per kilogram that you can see there in the lower left-hand corner. Norden now trying to come across over the top. Will Norden be able to do so? Nielsen hanging on right to the line. No, Norden is... No, Gabby. Oh, that was a close one. It's the B's and the A's, though, so a little bit separation on the points. But I don't know. Between the two of them, that looked to me like Nielsen maybe just held on. We'll see if we can bring in some points as to how that just scored as they made their way through the breakaway Bray situation out here today. We've got a whole lot of points being scored as they're coming on through. And it is going to be Camila Albert taking 20. As you can see, it will be right behind her in the other categories as they do show double categories on screen here. Just as a heads up, everybody there, it is going to be Amelia. Schwargen did take it down. Schwargen from ESRT. Gabriella Norton for second in that A category. Helena Smirdrod there coming through for ESRT in second. Katrine Nielsen third in the A category. Maria Frisk in the C category in third. Marlene Barhi in fourth. Alina Nielsen, fourth as well, C category. Fanny Josephine. And then it looks like 20. We do have a couple of more coming through. I'm just going to count all of them for us. I like it, actually, that it's given us everybody's points. We can follow everybody along, it looks like, actually, rather than just single categories as they're all mixed in together here. Well, Alberg off the front, and that's going to continue to be the situation as she's got 32 seconds on the group, and they're all going to be watching each other, thinking about the skirt here at this point as Katrine Nielsen now makes her way to the front for Team SC. Only 3 watts per kilogram is what they're doing. As we jump back on over to the season, the D's is Norden again, who is trying to make something happen, and it looks like she may be defending. As we saw those sprint points across the breakaway break just a moment ago. Looking at this board here, what is happening? Where is she on the board? I'm not sure that she scored top points. Looking through here, Alberg, Skorgen,
I see it's Peterson in C, Natalie is in D category. So we see Holbus in C got the second place. So it's interesting. And Cecilia Lindqvist in D category. But it was really tight, and also this sprint made it to split the group a little bit in C category. There are chasers coming back. They're only 2 or 3 seconds behind, but they have to suffer a little bit more than the front women. And when they just catch, it's just a little downhill, and then they will start to do the climb up north. So, and that's the toughest climb, I would say. So it will be, now when they catch, maybe they get 2 minutes to rest, and then they are on it again. And here it will be a big split when we come to the skirt climb.
It's interesting how close they actually are to the 7.5, 8.9, 1154, 1256. Yeah. So the time gap here between them, a 1 minute difference. Backing with the A women. Race number 2 now. Alberg already on the climb and starting to make her way up toward the top.
Yeah, and the rest of the A group goes into the climb now. And it's nice to see the B women keep going to follow them, and it happens things all the time, and that's really nice.
Alberg up and out of the saddle. You can see that she's obviously on the climb as they make their way to the top here, and hammering away. And nicely done by her. The rest of the group now just starting to get into their climb as Alberg is 108 ahead of the main pack as they start to make their climb up over the top for the ladies.
Yeah, but she's in another level right now. And even if she had a tough race yesterday against Gabriella, chasing her and she does this today. So apparently she's really in a good form.
Here we go with Marlene. Now, is she going to be the second place rider out there today is going to be the big question as she looks to try and defend that second place spot. Dimly now making her way to the front. Embrin's there as well. And 13% gradient. This is where things are really going to be decided.
Yeah, Bjerrehed is a strong climber, so I think she could be. But also Fanny, who are in the front of the group, she's a strong climber. Maybe not the best sprinter, but she can climb. She can have high watts for a long time. But she has not done so many races, so I hope she gets some help so she doesn't sacrifice too much energy in the wrong spots.
Ronquist is not a name that I'm super familiar with, but she's right up toward the front here. Nicely done.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good kick here coming from down Ronquist. Marlene Jonquist. 6.0 watts per kilogram. A lot of SZ jerseys. Tons of them as they make their way over the top. A couple are now falling off. And this is where the A category, I think, is really going to find their separation from that B category here. Josephine now also trying to make her way toward the front. Here's a nice little kick here from ESRT. Norden trying to hang on, but it is going to be Josephine here now. ESRT starting to turn the screws at the front on that S-Works here. This is what you were talking about a little bit, I think, as to whether or not ESRT were going to show up and take it to Team SZ. Yarheed now trying to follow.
Yeah, I think that was the correct place to go for Fanny because she has a good 1 minute, but Marlene is a much better sprinter, and you see she comes here flying.
Big kick here from Bjarheed. Points at the top, and that's what she's looking for. She was up at the 10 watts per kilogram. London now coming on through as well.
Here it will be a small split. We hope it will go back. We have some B riders hanging on in the back of this tail. Maria Frisk, former A rider also. Ille Nilsson also 9 seconds ahead. But if it goes a little bit slower in front, they can catch. Especially Maria Frisk. She's already in the group. But she is a former A rider also. So she is super strong.
In with the C category now, as they're going to make their way over the top for the ladies, and it is Maria Peterson on the front for ESRT. Dalfi's there as well. Stenvold. It's going to be Sandberg, Norden, Norlin, Halbus, Danielson right behind Romberg, followed up by Larson. That's going to be your top 10 as they make their way over the top of the skirt for their points. Dalfi, I like the white jersey. Cool to see from the C category rider with that green Tron. 4.3 watts per kilogram here coming in from the rider, as we can see 178 beats per minute. They're climbing at about 22, 23 kilometers per hour as she hammers out almost 300 watts. Nicely done here from Delphi as she looks to try and put the hurt on. But we saw before that it wasn't always the rider that leads things out. We can see just off in the distance, rounding the corner. Here we go for the points. The KOM's coming up quickly. Stenvold now on the kick. ESRT's going to go again. 7.7 watts per kilogram here coming in from the SRT on that canyon with the pink headphones and the glasses. That's what gets the points done.
Yeah, a really good time sprint there from Stenvold. Really nice done.
Yeah, it looked like she just held on to Delphi's wheel. Delphi actually being a little bit further back because of the lead out there. Now coming on through at 3.2 watts per kilogram. But this is actually a split taking place. This is dangerous right now. I'm not sure that this is going to be coming back. I have a feeling that this might be one of the race deciding moments, actually. Look at the pack. If we get the helicopter view, Sandberg, Norland, Stanville, Dalphy now trying to come across. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 riders behind now with Norton now at 5.2, sitting almost back on terms. Whether or not Norton makes it right now is going to be a deciding moment for her race. It's starting to walk away just a little bit in front of her. 184 beats per minute, big 4.3 watts per kilogram here coming in from Norton, trying to get back on terms. I think that she's going to do it because they'll sit up at the bottom. I have a feeling, unless somebody says enough is enough and just wants to go, and they don't want her coming back, there may be some motivation. Delphi to the front. This is like nobody's going to give her an inch, it looks like. Oh, man.
That's so hard. Horrible position to be in.
3.2,
I hope she can manage to.
Oh, man.
She give it all. She give it all. I guess they screaming at her, run.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought for sure she'd come back. They are not sitting up. They're pushing at the front. Larson right behind.
Yeah.
Maybe can join her. Up ahead, though.
Maybe they listen to you. Maybe they listen to you, Nathan. So they keep pushing.
She might do it right here. This is rough. This is a tough one, man. I really feel for her because look at how it's spreading out. Dolphy continues to press on. And Norton here as well. I mean, 184 beats per minute as we see it swap between the two. You can see how incredibly hard she is pushing. It is now right on the edge still. And now into the downhill. I'm not sure it's going to be happening. 1.7, 182 beats per minute. Madden Norton, good try to try and hold on. But
Yeah,
this is going to be game over at this point, especially with the sprint coming up in just a moment.
Yeah, and also a sprint up to the castle. Oh, and this group goes so much faster when they are 6-7 riders also. So they got to get a lot of help.
Back in with our A category, we're 14.7 kilometers in out of 23.7, 21.6 seconds, 21 minutes of racing in. Mjarli Bjarhid has been the rider to watch out for when it comes to that second place so far. Quickly on the standings right now, Camila Alberg is off the front. She's got a solid 140 points in the total right now for the series, but Marlene Bjarhid trying to hold off Sarah London. Sarah London there at 84. Katrine Nielsen and Gabrielle Norden. That is this Gabrielle Norden at 74. And it's Fardstrom right on the heels at 72. This is not decided in the least. As we see Randquist there a little ways behind on the total points. But this is interesting with this A category. The battle between Bjarhid, London, Nielsen is real. It is only a 6, 7, 8 point spread or so between the three of them for that second place right now. These next sprints are really going to tell a story for Bjarhid, London, and Nielsen.
Yeah, and when they come now into the next sprint, it will be very high speed, and here it's smart riding, but I think we have already one goes first. I think it's Svedström who's trying to make something.
Yeah, Anders Fardstrom now.
Yeah.
Big kick coming from her. Nicely done. What
Yeah,
was
Gabriella
Fardstrom
takes
able
the
to
wheel, and then we will see.
Norton trying to come through. I don't know. It looks to me like perhaps Anna might be able to pull this one off right to the line. Or not, Norton. Here comes Bjarhid. Enough is enough, she says. And there's the kick from Yarlene Bjarhid. And she grabs the points. Right behind London, though, is Fardstrom. I want to take a look at how this finished up because this will tell the story for the podium in just a moment.
What a beautiful sprint from Malene. Perfect timing.
Yeah, that was, I mean, she obviously is one of the most experienced Swifters in the world. I think for a long time, we talked a lot about her being one of the highest levels, as well as one of the most races actually raced amongst all the Zwifters that we were covering. A lot in the ZRL days when we were talking about how many races a rider had underneath their belt, and she was one of those riders that we could look at. I was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of races, so much experience, and it's showing in the way that she's able to take these sprints.
Yeah, she has been competed in a high level for many, many years, and it shows her routines, and she also has everything. She knows exactly what to do all the time.
Back across with that C category, it does not look like the catch was going to be made with our friend off the back. Where is... Oh, did she make a check? Now, wait a second. I think she went backwards. Norden actually went back to the pack
Maria
behind,
Pettersson goes for an early one.
Yeah, Pedersen. Now on the kick. I think she's got this. The gap is there. She's got a full second.
Yeah.
Norlin trying to come. She's got the electric wheels popping off here. Stenvold's coming quick, but they don't got it. Not enough. I think it's going to be
I
Peterson all
think
the way
Anna
to the line.
Norlin will take the second place. She's a really strong sprinter. If they don't catch her in the last second, we have Holbus, of course, also.
Yeah, Helbus there for second. Sandberg, I think, for third.
Yeah.
I think that's the order
Yeah.
they came across in.
But it's fire in all of the riders. So it's really fun to see each sprint they gave all.
Breakaway Bray reverse just finishing out here, and you were correct there to think with Peterson. We do have all the standings across the categories just about, except for the D now currently on screen.
Yeah, we have Maria, Josephine, and Felicia is the first three riders there in C.
Yeah, Sandberg holding tight. Let's see if we can get an idea of where the standings are after those sprints, because I think now Clyde Kicker and the Skur in the other direction is going to really start telling some sort of a story for us. So in the C category, still Norlin at the top, Sandberg followed up by Peterson, Isabel Steinvold. It's going to be Josephine Helbus. We do see Alberg here on the listing as they are mixing up the categories a little bit for us today. So we just as an awareness, but at least we can see where things currently stand. It is only a 1 point difference with Stanberg and Norlin at this point. Peterson, though, taking those points just now, she's actually got top points on the day, doesn't she? Looking at that, 62 points right now. Peterson making her way up through the leaderboard because of this points race today.
Absolutely. It's fun also here. It's small changes, so it's going to tighten it up for the finish, the results also. It will be interesting. But as we say, now they have done a couple of sprints, a small one climb. Now it's 2 left to go, but they are really hard. But Camilla still 5.5. Riding like a coffee ride right now, the last 2.
Well, we love our little change ups there in the lower left hand corner. We'll just use it for commentary to give us an idea of the difference between the efforts out on the flats and Alberg. Now, Alberg, I would have thought maybe even higher of a heart rate and effort, but it looks like this is just the coffee ride, as you were saying, at 164 beats per minute, steady up and over the top, as she kicks off into 305 watts and scores another solid 20 points, as you can see. Alberg, the only one scoring so far on the Sker Summit South, as she continues on her up and out of the saddle style that she tends to have, and the rest of the riders now going to be battling it out for the points for 2nd through 10th. They only scored a 10, everyone. Only scored a 10. As you can see on the course profile for the day, as the riders, not a whole lot left here. 19.6 for the ladies. Still the Clyde kicker and the champion sprints to come. It will be a big 60 points, though, for Camilla Alberg taking first place across now. As we do look backwards, though, in with the A's, they're really watching each other now. Like, this is like just hang out and see what is the situation. Yarheed says enough is enough. What are we doing? Is this a playground? And she just goes ahead and kicks.
She sets the tone definitely in this climb, so it's really interesting to see if they can manage to keep up with her. She has 2 seconds, but okay. Sara Lundin don't want to let her go because they're fighting on the top 3 position. Malin Ringqvist also fighting, but we have the Swedish Swifters like a TT train.
Yeah, but look at the beats per minute as well, 186. Impressive.
Yeah, but and soon they come into the last part of the climb, and that will be really interesting.
Yarheed followed up by London and a couple of B category riders just falling off. Ronquist is still there. We did see Ronquist with some solid kicks trying to challenge Yarheed. Yarheed has time and again shown us that she is the best of the rest here. Josephine now coming, but here comes 8.9 watts per kilogram. London trying to follow. Will London be able to do it here? This is an interesting situation, as we've seen Yarheed time and again, but Sarah London maybe on the timing just right, perhaps behind here. But no, I think Yarheed just be able to pull this one off. And Marlene Yarheed again showing us why she is the best of the rest. But Sarah London, she was right there. I mean, it's not like she was completely off the back. There's now London trying to catch her breath as she's now hanging on. Look, they've got a little bit of a gap now, getting into a little bit of a tuck, but here comes Nielsen. Here comes the rest of the pack. Ronquist coming on through. And London, though, challenging. Love to see it.
I think it can be a really fun climb in the Glasgow later. Because these points are probably some that everyone wants, especially Svedström wants them. She's a super strong short sprinter, so.
Well, Alberg grabs 20. Maria Frisk there, another 20. It looks like Marley Bar. Interesting. Now, why is it giving me Frisk there? That's interesting.
Yeah, she's a B rider in the B category.
I see. That's why. So, Frisk and then Yarheed there coming through for second. Alina Nielsen there, second in the B category. This is all your B's and A's so far for your top 5. It will populate a little bit more for the C's as they do come through. They're about to start their skirt in just a moment here. But we'll start seeing some battles maybe for the Clyde kicker in just a moment. Alberg still at the front. And is Alberg already over the top of the Clyde kicker? Is that what's going on here? That is what's going on here. As she is just cresting over the top. No, she's long gone from the Clyde kicker at this point. So.
Yeah, she's 1 kilometer from finish line, so.
Super impressive race.
But also we see she still push, so I think she have transformed this race to a workout.
Solid TT race with some sprints.
Well, we were wondering whether or not she was going to be challenged at all. The answer came right on through as she hits her threshold now, 5.3 watts per kilogram or so. You can see the little yellow around the box. That means she is doing her what is estimated to be her FTP effort at this point. as Alberg kicks at 5.2. And this is going to be coming into the champion sprint. And we'll be taking the... Did she take 20 on everyone? This was full stack, 20. Every single...
Yeah.
She took the first sprint. I thought maybe the champion sprint she would be able to take right from the get-go. But nope. All the way through start to finish. It was 20, 20, 20, 20. How many points are we talking there? 6, 5? How many sprints were there? I think there were 6 at this point. I mean, that's
She looks pretty pleased, right?
And
She should be.
women just finished the climb also, and then we saw Isabel Stenvold took that one before Anna Norin.
Thank you. Yep, good call there. As they just came on through. Dalfi is still there. Bromberg just trying to hang on. It looks like not going to be able to do so. Norden here from ESRT coming on through. That's the final point she just grabbed. Amanda Norden. Nicely done. Good to see. This is after the massive chase that she made. Now she's in with Johnson and Larson. But a minute up though. Look what turned that 3 seconds. The 3 seconds turns into a full minute. Well, this is the battle for the rest of the points, though. Yeah. It's going to be Nilsson. Bjarhid trying to come again. Bjarhid, Norden, Bjarhid again. Norden Bjarhid does it again. Up and over the top. Nielsen trying to hang on. Sarah London's there as well. But the best in this pack, showing her medal, it is Marlene Bjarhid.
Absolutely. And now they have a calm kilometers to the finish line.
Think anybody's going to try and make the what we call the Kaminsky move?
Yeah. There is maybe one Swedish Swift racers, maybe who can try this, or Fanny should do it because she has the chance if she starts now to go. But we see there is. Elina Nilsson tried to make her move for watt per kilo.
Yeah, a little bit of a move here. Artstrom, Bjarhid. Nielsen's just saying, forget it, I'm out. Like 3 seconds up. And I don't know, do the A's even care? They're just like, We don't need to chase that. That's not any interest to us. That rider can go. So it's up to you, B category. Bjarhid says, okay, let's make a little bit of a move. There's a kick. I don't think Bjarhid wants a sprint, though, here on the downhill. I'm not sure that is going to be her favored terrain. Maybe the one place where things might be a little bit different. Dimly now on the move. Nielsen's got 6 seconds. This isn't coming back, I don't think. I think this is actually going to stay away. Stardstrom now makes her kick.
And Dimling is also a B rider, chasing her, and she will be like a lead out for Svärdström and Rönnqvist and the A riders.
Will Svärdström be able to hang on? That's going to be the question. Svärdström with the big kick, perhaps to the line as Anima. I think she's going to do it. Nicely done from Svärdström as she makes her way across for second. Nielsen trying to come, not going to happen.
The C riders is now coming into the kicker Clyde kicker, and we have Petersson, Stenvold, Sandberg, Danielsson, everyone. Holbus is also there, and it's a real fight. Looks like.
I think Stenvold. I think Stenvold took it.
Yeah,
across the line.
I think
there.
so also. Yeah, before Sandberg. It's very tight.
Everybody resting up. Everybody looking forward to the champion sprint for the final time. Big 60 points on the line. And now up and through, it looks like it is going to be Norlin now rolling. Peterson back to the front. Yeah. That was the rider early on in some of these sprints that was able to grab a whole lot of points. And this is going to be the question now. How are things going to shake out? We take a quick look. Norlin at 82. Camila Albert takes 140 points on the day. Wow. These are your big point winners on the day. We're We're going to be looking at the totals on the right-hand side. This is mixing up a little bit between the categories, you can see, as it is mixed out here today. They can't always see each other, so it does end up mixing a little bit. But the thing that we, I think, want to pay attention to here is that Halbus is sitting at 119. Frisk there, 129. Peterson, 135, right? Stenvold is there at 139. Sandberg, 139. That's tied up with Norlin, only 3 points ahead. Watch the Norlin.
Yeah.
It's Norlin, Sandberg, Stenvold currently battling for the series lead in this sprint. They're all here.
All is here, so it's really fun to see. And we have also Maria Petersson. And maybe they can help each other a little bit from the ESRT.
Norlin, 142 points. Norlin, 142 points. Again, Peterson, 135. If she wins this outright, it is a 5-point spread, isn't it? Between that first and second place. So big points can be gained here. The current series leader in the C category is about to be decided. They take the left-hand turn. Stenvold now sitting right on the wheel. Norlin, Stenvold out the front. Big kick from Stenvold. Early enough, perhaps. Maybe too early, though. She's trying to hold on to it. She might be able to do this. Stenvold, I think, is going to hold on to the line as it's right there. Here comes Halbus. Halbus does it. You are right. Norlin for second. Stenvold for third. That's the situation out on course. And look, immediately, that was crazy. Like, Norlin holds on for 99 points. Stenvold, big jump though. And as you can see, the changing of the places here on the left-hand side, it is going to be Norlin able to hold on to her spot on the overall, but big jump with that 104 points there from Stenvold. Felicia Stanberg able to grab a solid third place in the overall standings. Maria Peterson.
Yeah, Maria Petersson also 103 points, did really well. So she tightened up a little bit.
Nicely done. That was actually really good racing all around for the A's and the C category for the ladies. Absolutely love to see it. You know, the close battles, that's really what it's all about here. With this SWE Cup. I mean, some pretty tight racing. One of the things I really like to watch here today as well was the efforts from Norden and others, and that battle to try and hang on mid-race that we saw. So cool to see the efforts that these ladies are putting down. We called it Camilla Alberg with the walkaway. It wasn't exactly any kind of surprise, but then the battle behind with Marlene Bjarhid holding on to a lot of those kicks, currently sitting at 150 points. Now, how is this going to play out here behind? What is the situation? Talk to me a little bit about these top 3, top 4 for this A category.
Yeah, well, if I see what I see, Camilla Alberg, she is a solid lead, but it will be tight because we come to those 3 mini-series races next week. There is to fight about 3 races they can catch. It can be a little mixed because it's a different kind of races. So I think Maria Frisk is a B category, but if you see Katrin, Sara, and Marlene, there you have a very tight. I think 20 points is not so much when you have 3 races and you can win points set. So
yeah, it's good. It's a good point. And that is what I really like about the point scoring and the way that the series is set up. Now, looking forward to some of the other races. What is going on next week? That's the big question. And we might need to tighten it up a little bit on how we can cover and what we can cover and how the starting is all going. But we've got tiny races next week. John, tell me about what's happening with tiny races.
yeah, we have a tiny mini races series, like tiny races. We will have a shorter one first, and then we will have a little bit longer, and then we end with right around in 13 to 15 kilometers stage, the last one. So it's also about not taking easy even if you don't win, because then you're not in time for the second and third race. You have to manage the time code, so and it's 50 minutes.
I mean, otherwise you can't start.
Yeah. And then you automatically lose 40 points.
So the
But also, I
top
think
9
it's a good
positions
thing.
get points. Is that right? As
Yeah,
about
in
20
each race.
in each race. Got
Top 10 in each race.
it. Top 10.
Exactly same points as we have in the sprints here.
Got it. All the way through. So it's essentially sprint races as far as the points go. The top 10 are going to score 4.7 kilometers on race number 1, the Yokio Crit course. The second will be on the Glasgow Reverse for 7.2 kilometers, 2 laps. And then the third race will be on the Loop de Loop. And that's going to be an interesting one in, that's Watopia, isn't it? Isn't Loop de Loop in Watopia?
Yeah, Loop de Loop is Watopia.
Yeah, old school climb with a couple of little undulations in there. Yeah, 12.6 kilometers, 144 meters total, men and women. Women will be taking off first next week. Men second, if I'm not incorrect. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, everybody. Well, you can follow along over at leadoutesports.com. We'll be having the results up from these races ASAP, everybody. Connie, thoughts on the day as SWE Cup continues to deliver some really good racing for all the Swedish riders?
Yeah, but I think that's a really good summary of today. That the SWE Cup delivers really fun and interesting races to watch, and I also hope that everybody thinks it's really fun to compete and to execute them as well. So, like the formats, like the races, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to next weekend. It will be really interesting to see these tiny races in a SWE Cup. So that will be something that I'm really looking forward to. I hope a lot of new cyclists attend to those races as well.
And in week 4, we'll be back on a scratch race. Week 5, there will be no stream, everybody. So everybody knows on week 5 with an individual time trial. And then we've got tiny races again in week number 6. So nice job to everybody out there for the A, B, C, and D categories. Final thoughts, John, as we take off out here today about how it played out here today for the points racing. Big shifts. I think a lot of riders are going to be thinking and strategizing about the tiny races because they saw how much a points race can change things up just today. 3 races in a row. That's going to be an interesting one. I think we're going to see some things changing up besides with the walk-away riders. Things are tight amongst the men. Things are tight for those that are still battling for those top spots for the ladies too.
Absolutely, and I think that will be really fun because I think some strategies will be made, especially in the A category men, that I'm pretty sure of.
Yeah, they're going to be thinking about what to do. Breakaway's going to be trying to happen. The courses are tough. They're short. They're punchy. So it'll keep things super interesting. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in with us. We are going to see you next week, same time, same place for the SWE Cup 2026 Race 3. It will be, 3 races in a row for the tiny races. As always, everybody head on over to leadoutesports.com to go ahead and register. If you are from Sweden, you can still join us. We will be having the Maple Cup this next weekend. Make sure to join us for that for all the Canadians out there. But for now, we'll see you next week for SWE Cup Race number 3.